Hey guys, how are you? Greetings and salutations. This is the Frequency Fluid channel back, and we've got another awesome topic. We're going to be connecting this to the mental health crisis piece that was uploaded last week, giving you a lot of information, a lot of facts, a lot of stats on how big the mental health crisis is in the world right now. And I want to real quick define again that it doesn't mean that something's wrong with you permanently. It doesn't mean that you have any issues at all, but it does mean that nearly half the world, 3 billion people, are suffering. 1 in 3 people you see in public that you brush elbows with at the grocery store are suffering inside and inside their heart, in their mind, in their heart. And you may not ever know. I encourage you to reach out to someone, let them know that they're a beautiful person, that you wish them a lifetime of blessings and good health. You could save a life. Okay. Um, we're dealing with a time and age that nearly 50% of all children are dealing with depression and anxiety, and these might be your children. Okay, so talk to your children, talk to your brothers and sisters, talk to your coworkers, your colleagues, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, whatever. Okay, guys, reach out to your fellow man, ask them if they're okay. If you're not feeling okay inside, do not be ashamed, do not hesitate to reach out to someone. Frequencyfluid at AOL.com. You can reach out to me and I will respond. We will talk it out. We will find a way to create a path for you to navigate to get through an issue. Okay, I promise. This is something that the world needs to do. Everybody in the world needs to reach out to someone near them and show some love, show some compassion, some understanding. All right. We've got to get this mental health issue under wraps. All right. Today is all about decisions. Okay, do I or do I not? All right, mental health and decisions. Okay, I want to go into it right now. All right, um, with mental health being at an all-time low, unfortunately, um, across the entire world, it is very important, it's imperative that we talk about decisions. More importantly, decisions being made when one is suffering from a mental health illness. Okay, so I want to, if you're watching right now and you do suffer from a mental health illness, or you know someone who does, or if you even don't, please understand that scientifically our brains are wired to be able to be controlled with our inner strength, thus being able to control our physical strength. And flat out, you are capable of making rational decisions to the best of your ability, even through anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, personality disorders, restless syndrome. Okay, you are capable of overcoming and making decisions that are proactive and constructive to your self growth and to those around you. All right, so our brains, um, decisions are made in the brain primarily. Overall, basically it comes down to the prefrontal cortex, okay, and the hippocampus. All right. um, where that is pertinent to mental health issues is that in the amygdala and the hippocampus, which are now congruent with the prefrontal cortex in this manner, you have anxiety and you have depression and you have bipolar disorders and all these things that they have in science nailed down to being decisions of those being made in the amygdala and hippocampus. Okay, but all of our decisions overall end up coming from the prefrontal cortex. Okay, prefrontal cortex. All right. So the reason why this is important, everybody, is because there has been there's been a lot of progress in the way of self technique that you can do to overcome making irrational decisions, you know, flat out just losing it when you're going through an anxiety attack or you're suffering from depression and you can't even make a decision. That's the hardest part, is thinking that nothing you do is going to be good enough, and then you stay stagnant and then you get nothing done and you just feel worthless, and that is the worst feeling ever. I know this for a fact. I have lived it. But there's nothing further from the truth within you. I can tell you right now, you have the capability to overcome. We're going to talk about it again real quick. Whenever you are thinking irrationally or you're suffering from anxiety, or you cannot categorize and profile the things so that you can check things off one by one to be able to make rational decisions. When you're thinking about a mess of things, we've got to profile things, we've got to categorize things. We're going to talk about some simple techniques on how to do that. But your brain and your body is wired neurologically to be able to overcome mental health illness. Okay. And most mental health illnesses, as I said before, if you suffer from schizophrenia or something of a very, very serious magnitude, please reach out to your local resources. Please make sure a medical professional diagnoses you and that you seek the proper help. But these methods are also for you. These are definitely for you too. Okay. Now that we've talked about where decisions are made in the brain, in primarily in the prefrontal cortex and the hippocampus, and we also know that mental health illnesses are more acute, coming from the amygdala and the hippocampus, which are tied into the prefrontal cortex. We've got to understand that when your amygdala is overactive, that is whenever you start making irrational decisions. That's when you start suffering from anxiety, and you may go downhill and suffer from a mental health illness, okay? But you are capable of mitigating that and taking that to a solid beat of output, so that when you learn these techniques and you're able to calm yourself down, get your breathing right, focus your mind on one thing at a time, your amygdala is going to start sending fluid pulses out to your prefrontal cortex. Every human being is capable of doing this, and so are you. I promise you that. When your amygdala sends these neurological pulses that are even and they're calm, it goes into your hippocampus, it goes to your prefrontal cortex, and thus there comes it right out your mouth. You make these decisions. You speak. You act. Okay? You're capable of overcoming not being able to make a decision if you feel like, oh, I just can't make this decision. Even if you don't suffer from mental health illness. This is for every single person. Okay? This is the beauty of it. The frequency fluid mindset and the global movement is not discriminate. We do not single out one person. Okay? If you suffer from mental health illness, you are no different from those who don't. You are just as beautiful. You're just as strong. Your bodies are wired just the same, and you can overcome just the same. I believe in you, and I love you all, and I promise you this is a possibility for you, okay? It's been found that with the proper steps to calming, first and foremost, your breathing. We have talked about this before, and I cannot stress it enough. Your breathing, okay? When you face anxiety, depression, personality disorders, restless thinking, restless syndrome, all of it, you've got to learn to create a breathing technique that works for you. Create some space so that you can have an avenue to navigate, to deal with things in life and overcome. At the basis of all this stuff, guys, is decision making. It is within you to make these decisions, to be able to breathe properly and focus. Calm your body down. In the nose and out the mouth. Relax yourself. Create some space between your body and your thoughts. Give yourself an avenue, okay? When you do that, you are slowing down your amygdala from being overactive. You're now sending neurological pulses that every human being is capable of, okay, to your prefrontal cortex to bring your rationale back down to your frequency. To the frequency we always talk about on this channel, the frequency that you are, your vibration, your fluid vibration, okay? You don't want crazy ripples. You want a fluid vibration that we all are, okay? And you can do this by achieving calmness and focusing on your thoughts and your breathing, okay? I hope you guys have enjoyed this part. We're going to take a quick pause, and we're going to come back with part 2 of today. Thank you so much for watching. Hit like, subscribe, please share. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. We'll see y'all soon. Bye now.